are straight in to Astralis versus NIP. The Swedes on one side, the Danes on the other. This isn't geography I'm talking about. This is the matchup that we have on hand. It's NIP taking on Astralis, and the first map of Train is about to begin.
This is where NIP could really set a precedent. The T-side start on their map pick, a map that they eliminated Na'Vi out of this tournament on, and one that Astralis already looked shaky on that first day against Fnatic, taking an OT win after a dominant performance on Nuke. So we know they're not infallible, and we know that NIP are pleased about the way that this map pool went. Let's see what they got in store. 4 towards B. Twist is bringing some util down Ivy's side. He's dropped over to P250 to Nork as well. Definitely a good player to have. Orpa's always strong on the pistols. We talk about that a lot. Twist himself as well. But let's see what Nork's got. That smoke going over. New skybox apparent as it lands towards the connector from the Ivy side. And Twist is going to come back to main as NIP burst B.
Yeah, straight down and into the maws of the beast. Well, it's not gone well for Device, who does get dropped right away. Rez looking for a follow-up, but Bubsky's going to best him there in the head-to-head, but then immediately loses his life through the smoke to Hampus. Deary me. It's a 3-on-4. Astralis going to try and collect their thoughts as they move into this one in even odds now, thanks to Dupree. S-Tag's moving in on the railings while the other two take this lower position. Nork is in a bit of danger, but him and Hampus, they've got it under control. S-Tag is left in the clutch. And he is the new face, the new boy on the block. This is a pretty tall order. Down goes the first, and still Twist left to find. He's got the information, but doesn't have a kit. He does land the shot, so he gets all the kills, but it's a round lost for Astralis.
That was filthy. I don't know how S-Tag hits that kill at all, but it's not going to do anything. It's not going to change the outcome of the round. It's NIP with a successful little B take.
I'm interested to see if we see Nip abuse that B site more, because the first time we saw Astralis playing on Train at this event, yes, S-Tag had a quiet game, but it was really because their opponents were just not visiting him.
Yeah, he was constantly left on those outer rotations. One thing that has been apparent from S-Tag playing in or on B on this team is like he's not going to be dying a lot. He's not going to be going down first. He is playing slow. He is playing safe. He is playing passive. And that's nice, right? Astralis coming in with man advantages to retake, etc. So yeah, let's see what S-Tag's got for us here. He's going to push up B on this round. It's a force for Astralis. Couple of scouts in play as well. 5 rifles for NIP, they're not messing around. And, oh, Bubsky getting caught from the pop dog as well. Wasn't ready for Plopsky to be pushed. Device is scoped up on it. There's 2 players in there, but he's going to get caught from the other side. NIP pivoting on this A site. Hampus has got a double. That's a great shot to Dupree. Both the scouts out of action, and now Astralis on the Ds.
Oh, Magisk, he's been spotted and gets mopped up. It's once again left onto S-Tag. In a pretty impossible clutch, he's going to struggle to get much done. And so he's just going to hang out up here at the top of Pop. S-Tag, just hanging out, having a good time. Doesn't it look fun? You having fun yet? S-Tag is. Woo!
Yeah, I like the NIP pulling 5 rifles as well, right? They're just going to be able to keep these going for the first few rounds. No bonus rounds, as it were, or as bad as the Galil can be. It's not really a fear. And NIP being very loud exiting, but S-Tag can't really do much about it. Ooh, I'm really excited to see this T-side from NIP, especially with Threat in the coaching role as well. We can imagine he's going to have a good bit of impact and input. Being able to call on the fly, help Hampus when need be. But Hampus not only, you know, has had great calling in this tournament, but individually looks very good. We likened him to Alexia B in a lot of, well, even in the NIP OG head-to-head, where they were just often sacrificing themselves, going in first, getting a kill, getting traded, but making the space for their team to do what they need. 5 nades for Astralis in towards T-Con, but Nork's going to catch S-Tag crossing Pop side. 4 more follow.
Hello?
1 kill found, but Hampus lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, Hampus, don't know how he's such a lucky boy to stay alive there. Rez actually gets dropped by a USP as well, and he is still very, very low. Device has found another. It is just vanilla pistols that could get this round over the line. Device alone and is calling for rotation. Dupree gets his running shoes on and starts to move in through this B site. Device is going to reposition in the meantime. And these two, a history that goes back a very long way. They're going to try and play in tandem here. Device has completely given up the site and repositions over here into Ivy. Hampus, he's seen the barrel there. Device moving back, and Hampus actually still going aggressive. Bomb now planted. Device might get caught, and there it is. The kill for Hampus as he tries to bail NIP out of the danger zone. It is just dupreeh left, and he's coming in on this very lengthy flank. He sees Twist, but Twist sees him as well. His spidey senses start tingling. NIP, a third on the board. They get that pistol, they get the 2 conversion rounds, but now this investment is looking to come through for Astralis.
That was a little bit terrifying for a brief moment, but NIP get it over the line with I was going to say no hitch, but that's definitely not true. Their money is going to be susceptible now to the Astralis buy, and we've got a couple of Augs in play. Scoped weapons that aren't snipers. I'm interested. Show me what you got. We do see, or we have seen, like Karrigan, for example, a player who always uses the Aug on this map towards the back of Ivy's side, playing very deep in the CT side where Device is right now. But he's got the AWP in play, watching Ivy. He's crossed towards the sandwich. NIP, this is more of a spread default, right? 2 players outside of Ivy. We've got very passive play for Norg, allowing Astralis to take that T-con control if they want it, and a couple more clearing out the pop and B aggro. More so seeing what Astralis are going to be doing in this first gun round if they want to be aggressive. In that game versus Fnatic, Astralis weren't fearful of taking this map control on the CT side. We recall them pushing into places like Pop Dog, taking this T-con control. So that's what Norg is hoping for right now. Nothing being presented. Slow and steady wins the race. NIP, they've got loads of util to line up on this outer site eventually, and Astralis are double rotating inner, moving this AWP as Device often is very mobile on the CT side of Train. It's not going to end B by the looks of things.
Well, all this utility is lobbed into the A bomb site, and that leaves NIP with no smoke grenades for when this push looks to come through. So they need to make sure they're putting these to good use while they've got them. Magisk, I thought he would have seen the feet there, but Hampus has actually gotten pretty deep. However, it kind of works in Magisk's favor. He does immediately get traded there by Plopsky, and now Bubsky down here in Pop is in danger of getting challenged, and indeed he will. Deary me, S-Tag is wrapping around in through the B site, but already this might have to be a save for Astralis. A 2-on-4, this feels undoable. And it should be exactly that. You can see they're not looking too determined to go for this one, as they want to try and hold on to this M4 and AWP. I will say, if we remember, Bubsky was the Pop Dog menace. This guy was the man to contest with on this side of the map.
Yeah, Pop Dog wasn't the problem this round, though, for Astralis. It was more T-Con. They were not only gambled towards inner with 2 of these surviving players, but also Bubsky and Pop, despite not really much noise being made outside of B. So Astralis, kind of trying to read into that. And because of NIP being so slow and showing no one in main for ages because of Nork's passive T-spawn position, Plopsky, he catches a really good timing out main. He kills the old Hell player walking back after they take down Hampus in the smoke. And then it just all falls apart. Bubsky gets spotted. And yeah, that was a kill from Plopsky. Nork coming in late to clean up the rotate. And already with only 3 players on outer, they fall like flies. Astralis, at least saving 2. They've got a chance to make things interesting moving forward.
Very intimate camera setup there.
NIP's boot camp room is pretty swanky, right? The PC's on top. Close space. Everyone can, fist bump. Even the players behind them, maybe. Got to reach a bit. Right now, NIP, no reaching needed. 4-0. This is a really strong start. Astralis will have the money to contest, but it's going to cost them with util, at least on Magisk. And only 1 kit. It's really not a big problem, though. This is a decent buy, considering they only got away with 2 guns. And NIP looking to continue, looking to build. Oh, look who's in Pop. Fancy that.
Oh, it's Bubsky. And this man, he's delivered us some big moments here before. He tries to get the better of Rez and does go down. But something that I love about this Astralis Pop setup is that him and dupreeh, Bubsky and dupreeh, that is, I was going to say seem to be able to work in tandem really well. But I guess, the downside to being joined at the hip is that Well, you're joined at the hip, but if one goes down, the other is sure to follow. Dupree does get dropped in the pop, and now they try and make their way out, but actually they decide against it. And while this has happened, S-Tag has pushed in through the B site and now controls the top of pop. Oh dear, that's the end of Nork. Oh, he's playing around on the ladder. Rez spams him to death. And Rez might have made this round doable now. This was quite the advantage for Astralis to have. Magisk is going to try and go aggressive, and that fight decides so much. Winning that out now leaves Rez all alone in this 1v2. He's got no idea where the second man is. Magisk was last seen aggressing into Ivy, but Device is nothing more than a big old question mark. He's looking for this fight while he knows he's got it. Flash goes in, that's going to give up his position, and Magisk just swings and takes him down. Astralis, they're going to nab their first round here in round number 5.
Yeah, S-Tag, I like the call to push in. He hits a nice timing, but maybe him playing safe is his own demise there, right? If he just dropped in, he probably would have both players, but he tries to fall off. He has a nice little bit of ladder movement, but Rez just bangs him out through the wall. Magisk, I love the confidence as well, looking crisp to start the series. Swinging out on Ivy, killing both players. And Device was so far away as well, up in B after S-Tag fell. IP back to B by the looks of things with 3 here. Hampus going inside a main. Device, he's had enough. He wants to get in the face. Oh dear, they're going to drop Pop off a spawn through the smoke. Bubsky sprays. He gets away with 2. Hampus and Rez finding opening kills, and it's 2 apiece for these players. S-Tag at the back of the site has so much to do, and the spray, it's good, but it's not enough. He's down to 20. The molly pushes him back towards the spawn, and with the bomb drop for NIP, they have to go and retrieve. That should give S-Tag some room to move, and he's found himself a second. Rez tagged low. S-Tag with a chance at the 1-on-3.
S-Tag's looking for this last man. Rez has done a good job of dodging him so far. Gonna get that bomb planted, with the smoke down over towards Ivy. S-Tag's route back in is concealed right now. Rez moving into the right side, and S-Tag running forward on the reload. It's such a shame. He gets it close, but no cigar. 5 on the board for NIP. The AWP saved. Rez going to drop that back into the hands of Nork. And that fast pace, that change of pace from NIP, just making all the difference, right? Device was posted up close to main, looking for that one man who's just been floating around there, holding it earlier on. He's able to mop up the, they're able to mop up the kill onto Device, and then they just explode into the site from there.
And the danger of, like, you know, Bubsky's position, even though it's a good spot, Pop is smoked, and so, you know, the players that are swinging out of Pop, Bubsky only sees them as they come around the smoke, and therefore players like Device are up for grabs. So is Rez to S-Tag. He pushes B, he gets a kill, but he can't save the gun. Stay alive with a man advantage instead. Still hanging around behind the smoke. No utility for this inner site, though, so he might need to rotate. It's him and Bubsky on B patrol. And NIP, they are tempted by this early deeg. They're going to walk right on in. Bubsky spamming. S-Tag baits the peak. Bubsky's still waiting upper as well, but no one's coming into this position. This deagle can be deadly up close. Oh, dear, the spam is good. He's found 2 more. S-Tag, the AWP is gone as well. And he is just absolutely ruined NIP on a low economy round. Perfection. Twist is even getting flanked. There's no escaping Astralis.
Twist doesn't know where to look. They are all around him. He's getting encircled by Danes. It's terrifying. And as he creeps forward, this should be the end of Twist. There's S-Tag with the ace. AWP to round it out. 4 with the deeg, 1 with the sniper. And Astralis take a second round. S-Tag showing up in a big way early on.
Yeah, these B pushes have been monumental. They've been perfectly timed. Even though the last time he did it, he got traded after 1. You know, it's knowing when to push. NIP are going to be watching it early round. They are going to be aware, but I guess the pace of him running up ramp at the start here was completely off, catching NIP off guard.
One of the things that's so sick is, like, it felt like in the first game that we saw S-Tag playing, he was trying to take it, like, very, very safely. And when, like, you contrasted him to someone like Bubsky, who obviously is in, like, a bit of a different role and maybe felt like he was afforded that many more freedoms, we saw S-Tag at this B side of the map, like, playing it very, very safe and standard and, like, holding back in terms of what he was looking to do. Whereas now, like, as the days have ticked on by for Astralis, he's getting, like, more and more comfortable, more and more proactive. I imagine seeing how well his other new addition did is kind of like spurred him on to not be afraid to make those plays. And he looks so damn comfortable now.
Yeah, especially when you got players like Device, alongside you. The freedom of playing this slow T side for NIP allows someone like Device to do what he does best, which is just keep that knife out, run around the map, post up, take a shot, rotate round. He's never where you expect this man. And this round he gets an inner pick. S-Tag's able to push upper, and Device, he's already on that A site seconds later with another. 3-5. Despite the strong start for NIP, Astralis have started to claw things back.
One of the sick things about this is S-Tag keeps showing this presence in the B halls. Like, this is something he's going to keep doing. I imagine what's going to happen next time we have like a full buy come through for NIP is either they're going to post up one of the rifles or maybe someone like Nork with an AWP to hold down that tunnel, the upper push rather. And that's something that, once you're Astralis and you've kind of started to give this illusion that you're always going to be taking this control, that's something you can play around with, knowing that NIP are eventually going to have to sacrifice some of these players to go and hold this side of the map. That's the collateral for Device. Now he drops down and he calls for a rotation, so he's got support already inside of the bomb site with him. S-Tag, is he looking to farm up even more? Because he might have quite the opportunity to here. No flash, no nothing. Device has taken down the man on upper, and now it's just clean up crew, S-Tag on the scene to mop up some of these eco frags. Device, all right, not going to nail that one, but maybe will the second time. Maybe third time's the charm. That's what they say, and there it is. Device, he's going to grab it.
Yeah, nothing too fancy there. When you see those pistols coming into B early, you already know where this one's ending up. Astralis, they almost rotated 3 inner as well. Everyone wants the eco frags, but not today. It's the inner duo that gets it done. And now the guns are out for NIP, but they don't have the AWP, Harry. You talked about not posting up for this position the Device is taking, and, well, it's not going to be here and now. We'll have to wait a while. And yeah, already the early conditioning sets in, the aggro B push that you talk about. So let's see if that affects NIP, or if they want to go a little bit faster. It's not going to be easy with double mollies in main and nades to follow. Astralis, an absolute battalion of bullets as well following through the smoke. No one is safe, no one is free. Hampus, he's found a gap, he's found a timing, but he's spamming back, and that will give away his position. Astralis know that NIP already have players out into the site. Smoking the connector, but 5 players here. Astralis are so prepared.
Oh, yeah, this is rough. You're walking into an extreme situation here if you're NIP. Hampus, though, they call him the tenderizer, and he's going to soften up this hold in quite a big way. He's opened up with 2. Device and Magisk. Oh, there's the lineup for Magisk. And now it all falls onto Hampus. He's got to be the man to see this through right to the very, very end. Bomb dropped out in the open. He's looking for Magisk, who goes on this very long wrap all the way back round to main. Hampus, what could he do here? He has no idea as to the whereabouts of Device, and as he hops around, Device has missed the timing. He just gets through the connector. How's he managed that? Hampus beginning quite the run into this B bomb site. He's going to get that bomb down. There was some speculation that when this man joined replacing Lekro, he might not be able to live up in terms of the firepower that Lekro provided, but this clutch might already be won by the fact that Astralis, they still think it's A, and now it's dawned on them a little too late. Hampus, his brain swelling, it's huge as he's got this bomb down. It's so much time already ticked off the clock. He's playing inside of the site. Astralis, they've got very little time to play with, so they've got to be fast. They tap the bomb, Magisk is dropped, and now just Device left to beat. Hampus with the 4K gets it all for NIP.
Who on earth is Hampus? This guy is an absolute madman. He's a machine, and he's not just the brain and the cogs whirring behind NIP. He is the firepower as well, getting these A-picks every single round, it feels like. He's the one going out first, and he's somehow constantly getting 2K picks on the site. Magisk lines up a sick double, but it is not enough to save Astralis, and that awful timing for Device. He hits every bad one as he plays towards Old Bomb, and it doesn't even see Hampus go in it. So Magisk makes that big old flank and comes down the Pop Dog, and takes so long to realize it's actually not that A site. Oh my, that is going to save NIP a 6th round. Certainly not going to break Astralis' money anytime soon, but can keep theirs afloat, intact. Device on the AWP inner, and he's going to miss a shot shooting between two Ts. Molly can follow. NIP can't commit, but Twist has actually caught Bubsky going up the ladder. He knows his tendencies. He knows what Bubsky likes to do, and that's going to finally be the punishment for Astralis. NIP, they're going to spread out. They're going to start to check the backline. Hampus has dropped into pop. Dupree coming in with no flash, no need. He takes the kill. And so things are normalized. Things are restored here for Astralis. Back to a 4-on-4. And NIP spreading out to now watch this map control for Astralis no longer really matters because these CTs are not going to be getting all too aggressive towards main with that pick. S-Tag, hello. What are you doing, bub? Where are you going? A long route round through the T spawn behind enemy lines. Twist and Nork. Oh no, this is the bomb as well. This is everything. S-Tag's looked away. He's not realized. Finally checking it. Nork has no idea, and it's all going to come crumbling down.
This isn't ideal for S-Tag though. Rez is wrapping around, and the timing just couldn't be worse for S-Tag. Twist, they never even saw him back here in Maid. But Magis certainly will. Nails that shot, and now the remaining two for NIP. They're going to try and run the gauntlet, but you got to run past Magisk, and that's a pretty tall order. It all falls onto Plopsky with so little HP. These AWPs up against him. Maybe gives him a fighting chance, and he just about gets into Pop Dog. Is he going to try and repeat the success of a man named Hampus? No, there's no time.
Yeah.
That's why, Hugo.
Yeah,
so into the round, mate. I'm not even looking at the clock.
Dear, oh dear.
5 for Astralis, though. Double AWP saved.
Yeah, you understand why NIP don't want to just hit inner after they kill Bubsky on the flank, and the reason being is because if you're getting flanked like that and you're stacked in halls, you think that Astralis is stacked B, and they somewhat are. They have two players there. They have the AWP that you've already seen on device, and so NIP, they try and fan out, they try and go back and say, okay, what map control do Astralis have? But in doing so, they never clear Ivy, and S-Tag comes in on that big wrap round and, you know, at least complicates things and burns the clock for NIP to a point where it matters, to a point where it wins Astralis around in the 2-on-1. Some nice AWPing from Magis too. There's just so many people who can use this weapon on Astralis. Dupree, think of his tenure on the AWP when Device took a break. So, yeah, there's a lot of potential. We've even seen S-Tag pick up the triple AWP on this map to close out that series against Fnatic and OT. Played it at the back of B. And Bubsky's a man of many weapons too. Well, right now, NIP with a low economy, not forced rather, just saved on a single AK with 4 pistols, looking to just hit this B-bomb site. Device is playing passive. Astralis are giving NIP the room, but they're going to take it away in the post plant, or at least they hope to. Through the smoke with the flash, it doesn't work, but neither does the shot from Device.
And that's given a lot of room over to these pistols. They're already closing the gap. Dupree, oh, dinked on the initial peek. He's still kicking, he's still fighting, and now they lose the rifle on Plopsky. This should get mobbed up now by Astralis, and indeed it will. They get it back under control. Dropping that bomb on its way into the site was so key. It disallows that bomb plant. A bomb plant that could have made all the difference here, would have just given you that much more money. We could have seen an AWP come out as well. You still can, but it's going to be glass cannon if it does come through for NIP.
It feels like we've only had that once on this T side, despite being very deep into the half. So the money, or once or twice, it's just really not been there for NIP, especially since Astralis started winning rounds. Other than the 4-0 lead NIP found, that did go 5-1, they've not been able to take any back-to-back rounds, right? Their last 2 have just been on their own, with Astralis finding streaks between them. Propsky with the spawn in pop. Bubsky saw this, but there's no flash. Oh, I guess he didn't see it. The molly gives him a false sense of security, and well, even though Astralis follow up with more utility, Plopsky bounces out of there, bounds to the safety of the ladder. Close to T-Con is Dupree, Device spamming up a B. Dupree, he's going to go one step further as well. Astralis, a man down, feel the need to take a kill away, but he doesn't want to risk his life for it, knowing that NIP have been very passive, very patient outside of this A site. And that was what was catching Astralis off early in this CT side, but they are going to rotate Device B. Is it just for utility? And him rotating all the way around to Old Bomb seems to be the case. Trying to insinuate there are 2 on that B bomb site. NIP have no interest, no need. Just still waiting on this A attack. And given the amount of room they're getting given towards T-Con, that's been a bit of a problem in the past with Hampus and Plopsky finding these entries. Let's see if it comes back to haunt Astralis again.
Well, deep angle for Device. That's where he does his best. Magisk going to offer up another on this AWP, and oh, in with a second for Magisk. This double AWP setup has torn apart the A play. 30 seconds time of the essence here, but both players getting bested in an instant, and S-Tag's flank gets shut down as well. We don't catch the kill from Rez, but he goes on a bit of a tear to solidify the lead for NIP. Reinvestment able to come through for Astralis, but now they're in this kind of position where the money can start to become a problem. Right near the end of the half as well. Never ideal. Here's that double.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Even in the fire and flames, he's able to put up the kills needed.
That was an Astralis round, it felt like. That felt like it was already done. The double AWP, both finding effect. NIP getting caught. Hampus and Plopsky gone, but Rez just bails them out. And Nork with his own AWP is able to find one onto the aggressing CT Ivy player. Hampus tagged to the wall. Not the start you want. Rez, same story. Through the smoke for him, though. S-Tag shooting up from the ramp, takes him down early. NIP, they've always been on the cusp, on the edge of having like good money. Despite them winning these rounds, it's not like it's looking good in terms of economy. You know, Galil's lack of util, Mac 10 on Hampus, that's all he could buy. And so, yeah, this T economy, not as pretty either. Astralis are fine by it. They can continue to buy the double AWPs. Twist using that new skybox and putting down the Ivy smoke. Typically see that thrown from above Pop, but he's got lots in store. Device as well. He's been missing these opening shots. He has been following up later in the round, but that's giving NIP a lot of room. Device steals it away, and the bomb goes flying down as well. Nork, he needs to pick up a star performance on this AWP. He's getting pushed from the sidelines. His teammates gone. Everyone coming through Con as well, and CT Spawn. Nork, a lot to do. Not a lot of time to do it. That's a good shot, but they know where he is.
Yeah, and that bomb's dropped out in the open. The prying eyes, the Device are a little too much. 7 on the board for Astralis. They keep it neck and neck. They're not going to give NIP that room to grow this T side out of control. And Hugo, man, you mentioned how the money's been a problem. Well, that continues here for NIP. All these rounds that they have been picking up have come down to like 1 or 2 players surviving. Yeah. So even when they've been getting that little cash injection, it hasn't actually been outdoing the amount of players they lose in the round. So yeah, they've never had a chance to build up the money, and that has not been the story for Astralis. They're still good. They've been able to run this double AWP for so long right now as well, and that's a very expensive investment. Looking like it might be a fast B play. S-Tag, can he hold the line? He's having a great game so far, if this was the time for it, but he actually gets cancelled out right away. There's Device nailing Nork in through the bomb trade. Unplanted though, and a chance for NIP in spite of being a man down. They're going to try and go aggressive here on Plopsky while the rest of the gang play the bomb. Even as he gets away with one, Dupree trades it immediately. Rez is still inside of the site, armed with that Mac 10, and he's got Twist at ramp who can out. Gonna have to reposition, but the smokes have completely cut Twist out. For all intents and purposes, Rez is entirely alone right now. Twist has had to go through the smoke.
Boy.
There's a double. Twist ducking down. Try it. Oh, he nails it. Twist. What a way to get an 8th round for NIP. The Deagle proves too strong. And NIP, they narrowly close out that first half with a 1-round advantage. Trade. It's going to be hot. It's going to be spicy because it already is. Stick around. We'll be back in just a moment.
Seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah. And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick guys to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I
easy, it's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I'll check it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast. Cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I ended up seeing. This is such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe.
Well, if you like close games, if you like Astralis, or if you like NIP, this is the place to be. We got supporters all over the world, including the man with the red nose there, Clown Man.
Yeah, I did see that. But no clowning around in the server today, Harry. NIP, they are in control. They are getting eight rounds on the T side. Twist with a phenomenal Deeg 1v3. He was a worry in our opening game of the tournament, right, for NIP. He looked like a bit of a liability in his first series, with the AWP swiftly taken away from him and never to return, perhaps. But he has been getting better and better. And right there is the proof in the pudding. It's delicious. It's exactly what we want. And now Astralis, they got to fight back.
I actually have a phobia of clowns, and that's why I'm glad that Trace is in lockdown right now. We've got 8-7 on the scoreboard. It's NIP narrowly in the lead. Twist going to be donning the kit and smoke in this round, and the rest of the gang purchasing up armor. Now for the side of Astralis, it is all the utility on S-Tag. They drop that early smoke over here towards Ivy. That's going to fall on in, and that, for the time being, is going to isolate this fight onto Twist, who, even though he drops that smoke, something tells me that's not going to be enough to stop Astralis from coming on through. Twist has got to hold the line. Oh dear, they're closing the gap. Twist, he can hear the footsteps pitter-patter, getting closer and closer. No. And Magis bests him in the head-to-head. Now they flood through the Ivy smoke that they put down, and they wrap into this site. Magiskin with another. As this site crumbles under the weight of Astralis, Hampus from in the pop dog trying to reclaim lost ground, but his teammate in Nork gets dinked. Rez bested as well. It's all on Nork. 1 HP in a dream, and it's not going to happen. Dupree, Magiskin, Device, the three old boys of Astralis, they put up all the kills needed.
Oh, that was fun. That was really fun for Astralis. The train on train, right? Just running through the smoke, everyone diving onto the bomb site. And I love that they don't even commit with a plant in that 4-on-3. They just wait on bomb train, and the second they see a player, they just like triple swing him. So that guy coming in from back CT, obliterated, and Dupree locks down Pop. Before he got that final kill, Astralis were running through connected to B in the 3-on-1. So they really didn't want to give NIP any chance. I love the proactive call. I love the fast decision making. And let's see if this continues on the T side. We've got to force up for NIP in the second. Astralis, they just slow it right down. They've taken a leaf out of the book of NIP, who ran a lot of slow early T rounds, spreading out and looking for picks. Or more so looking for Astralis to be aggressive. For now, it's NIP doing that down on B with 3, set in towards the halls. Oh, how does Twist win that? I have no idea, but he's not going to be able to grab the gun thanks to Bubsky still being in position. So Bale's out with a man advantage, but Astralis, they are #1 in this tournament out of teams pulling rounds back from a 4-on-5, 41% of the time, but it's getting harder. Rez drops Magis with the bomb in the site. Rez going back in for more with the Deagle. He lives another few seconds, and S-Tag taking a second kill, or 2 kills rather, with a MAC-10. It's kind of getting crazy here. Bubsky's in spawn. He's going to see the leg. He doesn't see the leg. And Hampus takes him down. Where is this one going? 40 seconds. S-Tag needs a 1-on-1 or to run away with the bomb. He's had the chance to do so. Plopsky trying to kill him. The Glock is out. It's a pistol war, and Plopsky's going to win it. That was just back and forth and back again. NIP all over the map, pushing in with that heavy B stack and finding 9 off the back of the force. It really looked like Bubsky saw Hampus's leg there, like stuck out, but there's been a couple of moments like that for him.
The thing that makes that so scary, at least to me, is that, you know, as you pointed out earlier in the round, there were 3 players B there for NiP. Like, you were walking into essentially a 5-on-2 at the A bomb site, and they're able to hold it back long enough to buy time for these rotations to come in. They even catch on the pop flank. They're able to find those players right at the end of the round as well. Like, that's scary. The fact that NiP, those 2 players in the site, just hold it down long enough, put up enough numbers, like Rez with a double, Twist holding Ivy. And that was the easier of the 2 routes. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened if you tried hitting B there. That's a terrifying thought for Astralis. Plopsky going to hold on to main, but he's not able to stand the test of time. That's where Twist comes in. Ooh, all right. Come on. Ah, you thought a second one was on the plate, but it's not. The nade going to delete Magisk as well. Now, while this has all been happening, we forgot about one man, and that man is Device. Look at that little smirk on his face. He's smirking in game right now. He's all the way in through CT spawn, and NIP have no idea. The danger is that while he's pushing, NiP are pushing as well. Bubsky, though, is ready and waiting for it. And so now, with that kill coming in, that could be huge. Rez is looking like he wants to go up pop to come in on this flank. And while this has happened, Device is pushed into connector to try and hold for these rotations. But unfortunately for him, in the gamble he's taken, he had essentially 2 spots he could choose, right? Stay in CT or push the connector. And he actually dodges Hampus entirely. Bubsky not able to win that fight out, and that's going to leave Device in this clutch. He has no idea where these players are, but that nade going in has given up the position of one of these 2, and he knows that Rez is on upper. Device going back into the site. Tech 9, never ideal, and while he does get away with the kill, it's not enough.
Tech, no. I never see that gun win round, sadly, but nice try from Device. He had a great position. Bubsky planted for him as well. He done appropriate damage to Rez, who finds 3. There's a real world where Device can win that fight if he can cleanly take down the first player and get out of dodge, but him having to spam gives a few seconds for Rez to isolate him and win that one-on-one duel, get the trade, a necessary trade. And a force buy for Astralis off the back of NIP winning their second that does not work out. So now Astralis, they're actually in a very rough spot here, considering they won the pistol, but they've got nothing to show for it. This one has to be an eco. I mean, you could argue a buy is justified off the back of not only planting the bomb, but also NIP losing 4 players. Like, they are susceptible to getting reset here. But the danger is you're just digging yourself a hole if you don't win it. And hey, Astralis, they've taken a pause to work it out. I like the call. They've gone for it. It's very risky. But if there were any team to be able to bring my faith, bring my confidence, I mean, they don't need my confidence. They have their confidence. And let's see if it works out, because keep an eye on Nork. He's got the AWP in round number 4 of the half. It's not going to be easy. And there's not even an AK for Astralis, right? They're playing triple Galil. So, whew. What's the game plan here, boys?
Oh, there's about to be pressure, and Ivy from Twist going to get flashed in. Magisk is, was playing anti-flash. Luckily enough, Twist actually got caught by the flashbang as well, delays the peak for just a moment. And so Magisk's life is saved outside of Ivy. But this side of the map has now been taken by NIP. We might see an early rotation into this B site, but it is going to have to come soon unless they want this all to fall onto the shoulders of Hampus. Nork is available for a fast rotation. It just depends on how long Nork can stay alive, and he's done well to buy time for this AWP to move in, but nothing connects. Hampus, now he's in a very rough spot, and he gets away with 1. But is that going to be enough? Because Dupree is doubled up with the Deagle. On the back line, Twist gets spotted by Magisk, and so this might have to be a save for NIP. Astralis in this B play on the force buy, they're able to get the kills, they get themselves in, they deal with the AWP and connector, and now they've got these free upgrades onto guns, they can grab the AWP. This is a very good round for Astralis to pick up in the fashion that they have.
Yeah, Hampus needed multiple kills there, right? Especially with Nork missing his AWP shot in Con, and already Astralis knew there was a double Ivy setup, which is the furthest position from rotating inner because of that pop flash setup the Magist spots. Twist coming in. He's looking for some kills on the exit, but Astralis won't give him a thing. And they get out not just with their guns, but with the AWP from Nork as well. So that's a hugely profitable round. We talk about the risk of going for that back-to-back force buy. Well, there's the reward. Astralis, they're one behind, and they've got all the money to show for it. NIP, not quite the same situation. Great shots from dupreeh as well. And S-Tag even pushed up, taking the attention of those connector rotates, getting one more with the Galil. And yeah, the force buy wars continue. Why would they not? On the CT side, you're regularly going to buy in positions like this, and especially when they save 2 weapons. Fast to the pot, Bubsky. Oh, he's going to get caught. Rez with a double. He's had a great game so far, but it will only last for a few more seconds.
NIP are fully grouped here. They catch dupreeh throwing utility. Device is now looking for the trade, but a missed shot, and he's hung out to dry. Device naded out of the round. It all falls onto Magisk. The man who tries to lead now has to be the man to clutch as he's opened up with 2, begins this rotation back into the B site. He's given himself a fighting chance. Nork already on the rotation. Magisk throws the Molotov in, and that's going to force him out from connector. All alone is Magisk. There's a player wrapping around behind, and he tries to go up the ladder. That ends up with him in the prying eyes of Nork.
Yeah,
so close, but no cigar.
He threw down that Molotov, right? And so he assumes he's actually trapped NIP in the connector, but because he throws the molly and immediately goes for the stick, that actually gives Nork the room to run. He just sprints through it. He doesn't care. He hits a nice little timing there. So it's a nice try from Magisk, but he assumed B was already empty, already clear, contained, but in fact contaminated by Nork himself, who catches him going back up into heaven and closes the round for NIP. This is exciting. This is exactly what I wanted. Brawly Counter-Strike right now with forces coming out of either side. Astralis, your turn to pull the trigger again. They've done it before, and they'll do it once more. It's an AWP with Galil, AKs, a pistol on S-Tag. It's decent. It's better than some of the previous buys, but so is NIP's. 5-man stacked on A as well early. You can afford to do that, throw the util, and then send a quick B rotate back. Going to see Hampus do exactly that. No one from Astralis have headed towards B. They weren't to know this, of course. Bubsky got to be careful in that pop dog with Rez in the previous round, finding 2. S-Tag are going to be flashing their way through. Rez waiting for it, spamming, and now Astralis, they have the info. They know there's a player here. Rez is very confidently pushing, but he can't hang around with a Molotov at his feet. Meanwhile, Astralis have 2 players moving in the Ivy position. They're going to move back with Device trying to sell this fake a little bit, not committing here. Smoking the pop. I like that. Rez, he's either got to go forward into a position where he can be spammed from above, or he's got to back out of that spot. We'll go for the latter, giving Bubsky reins of this room. 60 seconds here. Astralis setting up util. dupreeh's going to flash Bubsky out into the A site, but meanwhile, they're losing main.
When these footsteps running up towards the upper halls are going to be heard by NIP, and that might be caused to start to rotate players over. You can already see that taking effect now. Twist begins this rotation into the B bomb site. 2 players have still pushed main, and in doing so, they've now cleared Ivy as well. Nork begins his rotation. It's a 3-man stack that Astralis are about to come walking into, and even if they overcome that, this wrap round is still coming in. Hampus from atop the train with the mow down. He's on 3. Device left in the clutch, and missed shot for Device. 12 on the board for NIP. The flank perfectly timed. They clear the positions just with moments to spare. You know, if those rotations had came in even seconds later, than that there could have fallen apart for NIP.
That was just such a good call, and Astralis had no idea that everything they do was just being telegraphed, it was being communicated across, and the balls to fully rotate as well, leave positions like Ivy open, not worry about a lurk. NIP knew where the bomb was going, and that was enough to convince them. And finally, Harry, it's happened. The force buy wars, they come to an end. We had so many back and forths to start this map. Well, now it is all in control of the Swedes. On their map pick, no less. Astralis with a single deagle in this round on dupreeh. He had the money. What's he going to do with it? Flashed. No one pushing in with it. Popsky catches that one-armed man. And, I mean, at this point, this round is done. It's just a talking point. NIP are up to 13 pretty easily, you'd expect. And we know their train was good, Harry, but beating Astralis, that would be huge. And Astralis are only going to have a couple of full rifle rounds to actually contest that fact. Clean as can be.
Tries to grab the deagle, man, but it's just bait there as they're holding the close angle in main. This is a little scary for Astralis. Now, obviously, this is NIP's map pick. It's been a map that's been very, very kind to them thus far. And it's also one that Astralis have played a fair bit, right? And I do think that one of the biggest advantages that Astralis have in these playoffs is that as a result of, you know, getting through so damn quickly and cleanly, 2-0 in their series to get here, they do have this element of surprise. Like, no one really knows what maps this Astralis squad are now leaning towards. No one knows how they play outside of the maps that we've already seen them on. And that's why Inferno, the map after this, is so damn exciting, because we haven't seen them play it yet. Whereas Train, a map that NIP, they've got stuff to go off of, right? They've been countering these Bubsky pop plays time and time again to the point where it feels like, you know, while he had so much respect at this side of the map the last few times we've seen him play, that's just not the case for NIP. They're using it to their advantage, and S-Tag in danger of getting timinged here, but actually he's locked in the kill. And so another one goes in favor of Astralis. There's a chance at a 10th round. Rotations have come in for NIP. They've got 3 in this A site. No one at B. And now they lose Hampus down in connector. Piece by piece, they are falling apart. They're going to get bailed out by Twist and Nork with a kill apiece. And now it's thrown back into a 2-on-2. This is where S-Tag's information that B is actually clear is huge, because it allows him to take this aggressive lie. S-Tag, fast and ferocious, into the B site. Has Nork cornered. He's up on top of the train, and that's not a game of chicken that you want to play with this AWP. Device is going back outside. It's the famous you go B, I plant A strategy being used by Magisk and the boys. S-Tag is doing a stellar job of just keeping the attention at this B site, but his time is surely limited, and there's the kill. It falls onto Device, 1v2. Now, this man hasn't had the strongest of starts today, but if there ever was a vintage Device round to come out, it's got to be this one. Bit of damage onto Twist, not the killing blow. Peek from the train, and Nork deletes him. NIP grab the defuse, and 14 on the board.
That's just insulting as well. The one tap off the tech after Device couldn't clutch that round out earlier on the B site with it. And I like that angle from Device. He spots a pixel gap. You can barely see it, but he sees both players from NIP cross out into the site. So there's a bit of info there. There was a good chance, but he's so committed. And, you know, those clutches are really hard to win if you can't fall back and play a safe post plant. He needed those kills immediately, and they just weren't going to be given up for free. NIP, round after round, up to 14 now. That bomb plant is everything for Astralis. It's going to give them the money and the wits to buy. S-Tag may have traded Bubsky and the Pop Dog here and even followed up and stalled on B for so long. That was a great call for Astralis, but he didn't realize that both players were out con and hunted him down as he saw the AWP go CT side. I like the call for Astralis, but the rounds, they're just not there. They won the pistol. They won the 4th round of the half with a force buy. Since that point, it's been silent. It's been Swedish. And no AWP on what could be the final 4-buy for Astralis in this map as well. Full AKs and Galils. Nork's got his. Oh, that's a clean shot. Dupree, he goes ahead of the Molotov in main. He catches Propsky aggressive. Twist is going to get spotted as well. Device was tucked on Ivy ahead of the smoke. Twist never knew. And immediately Astralis, they bail themselves out. 5-on-3. Rez, he's been good in this position. And S-Tag is still hanging around Pop with Bubsky. Not a fight they want to take just yet. Nork playing aggressive. Pop is a very scary position from this spot. Luckily, he's got Rez to cover, and actually Astralis have moved away. They're going to group up back in T-spawn. There's the flash. Dupree, it goes past him, but it doesn't matter. Rez still hits an immediate headshot, and he has looked so clean in this series so far. Device, he spots a leg. He knows Hampus is out on Ivy. Ooh, Hampus backing up, though. And NIP, where do they want to gamble here? Astralis have grouped up inside of T-Con, waiting this smoke out with a lurk on Ivy from Device. They can overtake this A site, and NIP are none the wiser. An extremely passive setup leaning towards B right now. It might have to be the save, but they've got money to fall back on, so that's why this risk is going to leave them in a very uncomfortable situation. They've got to make that call, even though they feel like they may be able to win. It's all on Hampus.
And if he's able to get even one, then that gives NIP a doable round. And the fact that he could... Oh, no! Oh. He's fired off too early. Happens to the best of us, but there he is. Rotations are going to be coming through for NIP. They want to give this a little look in while they've still got time. And maybe if S-Tag gets caught trying to cross out of the site, then there's a chance. But Hampus, Molotov's going to force S-Tag into the open. He doesn't want to take this fight, and the Molly will... Well, it's not actually the Molotov to finish him. It's Rez out from the Pop Dog. This was a 3-on-4. Now 3v2, 3v1. Bubsky left in the clutch, and he's got to deliver. Peek from Rez has done damage. He's trying to play the bomb, and Bubsky's got it. Down to the 1v1. There's no time left for Rez. He's just playing for the kill. And Bubsky will get dropped at the end of days, but it's a 10th on the board for Astralis on the back of that young man.
Oh, through this smoke as well. He sees the gap on the right. The smoke was a bit shallow, and so there's only one place that diffuser could be. A really nice try from Rez and Hampus coming in on that rotate, but it is not going to save NIP in this one. Dear, oh dear. We've seen great movement and great stalling from S-Tag and Bubsky. They're very good at knowing when to take their fights. They look so comfortable and so experienced inside of this team, even though they're new boys on this roster. From the S-Tag bunny hopping down ramp on Nuke to, you know, even climbing around those trains and stalling on the B site to allow Device to plant A earlier, and even Bubsky there, not letting them get a grip of him. And let's not even talk about the Pop Dog. It may not have been apparent so far in this map, but there's still time. There's still rounds to be found for Astralis. Only 4 behind. NIP, this is their last buy before the bonus will have to save them out. Rez has a drop at least, and we do have the double orb, Twist and Nork. Over Hampus as well. This has been back and forth, right? We've seen Hampus sometimes take that second orb, especially on Inferno, our second map of the series. But for now, it's Twist taking it over him, so keep your eyes on that one. He's playing towards Ivy. We've got Norg storming the fortress up towards B, finding Bubsky. They're out quick into the site. Astralis is not waiting around, and they won't let him get any ground. Rez from the flank, dropping 2. That's the bomb late for Astralis, and it will be lost. Now stuck behind them. They're going to go forward, but in the back of their mind is that bomb, and Rez watching after it.
Oh, S-Tag, well, he does take down Twist and gets 3 in the round, delivering that 30 bomb. Is it going to be enough? Magis now needs to finish what S-Tag has started in this round. Rez holding for this peak. Magis ready. Has gotten away with the kill. Plopsky is completely repositioned here. He's got all the information. He hears the footsteps. He knows what's going on. And he's coming in on this flank very, very quickly. Now, he was last spotted in CT for Magisk. He's got no idea. He's not expecting someone to be deep behind enemy lines now. And this could come back to haunt him. Plopsky moving down the ramp. Oh, timing's going to be everything. Plopsky's got it dead to rights. 15 for NIP locked in. A very smart round from Plopsky, right, is there, posted up in order to trade with Nork on that AWP. And while he does get it, or Twist rather, while he does get it locked in, he then immediately, like you saw the intent, that kill comes in, they know that the last guy hasn't been spotted yet, and he starts repositioning over towards the A site to try and help out if it falls to this 1v1, which it does. And that reposition bails NIP out.
Yeah, there were only a couple of options for Magis there, and all of them would have been telegraphed by Plopsky's position in Pop. If he came down the ladder, Plopsky's there. If he goes T-spawn, Plopsky hears it, and vice versa towards B. So really, really nice call in the clutch. This guy is cool, calm, and collected. But Astralis are fast again outside of the A site against Map Point. Plopsky buying time. He's not going to go in wide. Oh, I changed my mind. He takes a few seconds, but then swings into the waiting arms. Rez wrapping E-Box with 1. Hampus is going to save him. The bomb dropped, and this one is done. Surely Device is going to need a full-on 1v4 with the Deagle. He can't hit the shot, and NIP, their map pick, looking good right now in the quarterfinals.